The White House is cracking down on Minnesota's billion-dollar welfare fraud scandal, and now the doctor has spoken. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services Administrator Mehmet Oz is threatening to pull federal Medicaid funding unless the state, quotes, restores the integrity of its program, demanding Minnesota stop these bad actors. So the clock is ticking for Governor Walz to clean up the mess.
Our message to Walz is clear. Either fix this in 60 days or start looking under your couch for spare change, because we are done footing the bill for your incompetence.
You like that, Taylor?
I do.
Nodding in approval on that one.
Well, good. I was just thinking, what if Walz was in the White House? None of this, arguably, would have come out. So I really like that you have a firm administration that is saying we are not going to foot the bill anymore. This is ridiculous. There are we started this show talking about affordability. There are people out there who are trying to just desperately make ends meet. Dagan, the federal government, we're in $37 trillion in debt. We don't have time, and the American people, I hope, don't have patience to be watching all of this unfold and to not be outraged. Yes, you have to get your house in order. You have to clean up the fraud. You have to start doing checks and balances. The best thing for me that was in the big, beautiful bill that was law was doing work requirements, right? That is just basic checks and balances. So I'm nodding.
Everybody who's asked questions about this has been called a racist. Dagan, do you think eventually Walz is going to give that up, or is that just their story from here to eternity?
So racist bigot is code for accountability. So you just changed the language. You sure did. This is putting every state that is running a grift and a con on the American people on notice, that they better clean it up and come out with it, or they're coming for you from the federal government level. But one other thing that the big, beautiful bill did in terms of trying to slow the growth in Medicaid funding was ending that loophole. It was kind of a money laundering loophole that states like California were using to ensure illegal aliens under Medicaid, where it was a tax. It would tax the providers, like the health insurers, and then take the money and spend the money from the tax on new Medicaid enrollees that were illegal aliens, and it would siphon money from the federal government to cover those new enrollees. It was a total con. They got rid of that. But another problem, bigger picture, is the math for the Obamacare expansion Medicaid enrollees. The federal government is paying $9 for every $1 of state spend on the Obamacare Medicaid expansion, and it only pays $1.33 for every dollar on people who are legitimately needy, disabled, poor, and children. That's the biggest con of all.